Well, we've had unmade beds, pickled sharks and even elephant dung. The Turner Prize wouldn't be the Turner Prize without causing just a little bit of controversy. And this year is likely to prove no exception. In the running is a performance artist who lives in a nudist colony in South London and whose works include An Evening with Jabba the Hutt. Up against her is an artist whose drawing of a fictional city is entitled Public Toilet. Well, over to our culture editor, Matthew Kane at Tate Britain. Matthew.
Yes, Cathy, I must point out first of all that this year, as you say, the Turner Prize is back to its usual home in Tate Britain. Last year, for just the second time in the prize's history, it travelled outside London to Baltic in Gateshead. And the idea was to increase the accessibility of the prize, but also to rejuvenate it for the future. Today, that future effectively arrived with the announcement of the nominations for the 2012 Turner Prize. They are performance artist Spartacus Chetwynd for her show at Sadie Cole's HQ in London, video artist Luke Fowler for his exhibition at Inverleith House in Edinburgh, Paul Noble for his show of sculpture and drawings at Gagosian Gallery in London, and video artist Elizabeth Price for her exhibition at Baltic in Gateshead. What happens now is that each artist will adapt his or her work for a special Turner Prize show which will open here at Tate Britain in October. Over the years, she's used homemade props and costumes to recreate key works of popular culture, such as Michael Jackson's Thriller. She's even changed her name to Spartacus to reflect her participatory democratic practice. And now performance artist Spartacus Chetwynd has been nominated for the Turner Prize for this piece, Odd Man Out. Luke Fowler has also been nominated for his third film exploring the life of Scottish psychiatrist R.D. Laing. Fowler's work interweaves archive footage and new material to create immersive experiences which challenge our resistance to abstraction in film.
Darkness, desolation, life pared down to the bone.
Paul Noble has been nominated for a series of detailed pencil drawings of Nobson Newtown, a fictional metropolis populated by turds. Architectural in style, the work represents the artist's penultimate step towards the culmination of a 15-year project. And Elizabeth Price has been nominated for a trilogy of films which reanimate existing archives of imagery and text to explore our complex relationship with objects and consumer culture. As Price comes from a musical background, soundtracks and scores feature heavily in her work. The judges believe the new list shows that British contemporary art continues to flourish.
Artists are still very interested in making film. They're very interested in using archival footage and collaging material together. Sometimes that's for very serious reasons, like Luke Fowler. Sometimes for a kind of combination of pop culture and thinking back about what design and popular culture meant to us in the 60s and 70s. Revisiting the recent past is still a real concern, but also creating fantasy worlds, as Paul Noble does and Spartacus Chetwynd does too.
What's interesting about this year's list is that none of the nominees are purely conceptual artists. There's as much focus on the execution of the idea as there is on the idea itself. And much of the art was produced after long periods of preparation, research, or just sheer hard work. But after a year of focusing on increasing accessibility to the prize, there are some worries that this list could also prove hard work for the public. And the judges admit that many of the works demand a prolonged period of viewing for us to fully understand them.
All of them have a very immediate pull, so somebody like Luke Fowler makes these very immersive, beautiful, poetic film portraits, or Elizabeth Price, who makes these films that immediately kind of grab you because of the way they've been edited with sound and music and image, or Paul Noble, who makes very meticulous, beautiful pencil drawings that it can absorb you for hours and hours in the detail, but equally it's up to you how much time you spend with them.
Spartacus Chetwynd's performances might last for hours, but they have an amateur style that also makes an instant impression and blurs the boundary between performer and audience. In this early work, she recreates the scene featuring Jabba the Hutt from The Return of the Jedi, just in case you were thinking that the Turner Prize had lost its sense of fun.
And if you want more on the Turner Prize nominees, you can go to our website, channel4.com/news.